Everybody, video here for you today. Working on a few longer videos, and it's kind of tough to decide what you're going to talk about, but I have had some messages. Have I ever done a video on the Carnac stones in Brittany, France? And I have. Just showed them. Didn't really give a lot of opinion on them, but why don't we talk about a place nearby, probably coming from the same time period, that maybe some of you have not heard about. We are going down to an island. This is called Gavrinis. Here's the island, and here's a cairn. Pretty impressive one. They say goes back about 5,500 years. And it could go back even further. I'll talk about that in a second here. You notice there's an entrance here. This is perfectly aligned to the winter solstice sunrise. These people were tracking the motion of the sun and relating it to their stories on Earth. Here's a look around down on ground level. We'll take a look at what's inside of here, and that's really fascinating. Also, offshore, this is a really confusing place to look on Google Earth here, and I'll show you that in a second. This is in the Gulf of Morbihan. You see Carnac is right here. These are only about 9 miles from the Carnac stones, probably connected here. This is the island where the cairn is, right here. Also want to show you this little island just to the south of it. There is actually a big stone circle on this that is now submerged. Right here, I guess there was 2 stone circles originally on this island at one time, but it looks like it's almost built up. A mound here, and then there's a stone circle that appears to be pretty ancient. But I just want to show you the ruins under here that appear to be under the water. And this could be Google Earth just messing up. But this just appears very weird. There are places where the water isn't too shallow. You can see what's under the water here. I'm just not sure what I'm seeing right here, but that caught my eye immediately. What is under the water here, or could be? Or is that just Google Earth messing up? That's a tough call right here. I think I said where the water isn't too shallow. Well, of course I meant where the water is very shallow. This is just weird. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. And those of you who like to use Google Earth, please check out this area. Tell me what you think. Also, just north of the island here, I am just not sure what I'm seeing here. Here is the very tip of that small island where the stone circle is, where the stones are disappearing out into the water here. That island is called Neolithic right here, where the stones are going out into the water. But let's talk about Gavrinis here, right nearby. Here is one of a few websites I will leave below. The cairn here at Gavrinis, one of the greatest treasures of Neolithic art, lies within this carefully constructed pile of rocks. Here's some pics of the site here. Pretty impressive structure coming from at least 5,500 years ago. Here's the entrance to the cairn. There's a passageway about 46 feet long. Some incredible artwork in here coming from 5,500 years ago. And this was aligned to the summer solstice sunrise right here. Here are the stone slabs inside of the tunnel to the burial chamber. Some pretty incredible artwork on these. What do they represent? Some of these weigh up to 17 tons. Here's another one of these large slabs inside the tunnel with the decoration on them. 17 tons isn't megalithic as compared to some of the other stones we see at some of the other ancient sites, but 17 tons is very heavy. Why they were using such large stones? Well, because they could, apparently. Here's a look inside of the burial tomb inside of this structure here. The art on these big megalithic slabs in here. Pretty fascinating. This was done with a very specific purpose, aligned to the winter solstice sunrise. The day the sun dies, they're telling a story here. Now this is from the Bougan Museum. They totally replicated what they found in here. Art on the walls, big slabs on the floor and the ceiling. This is in a museum, a replica of what was found here. They are pretty confident this structure was built around 5,500 years ago, and then by 5,000 years ago it kind of went into disuse. This was once connected to the mainland. A lot of coasts change over time. This place is an island today, a granite outcrop. Here's another website I will leave below. Gavrinis, the island of ancient stones. It says in the Gulf of Morbihan, the small uninhabited island of Gavrinis is home to what is arguably Brittany's most impressive Neolithic site, a pyramid-shaped stone burial chamber whose interior walls are covered with artwork. The island is accessible via guided tour boats from Lamar Baden. Here's a look from inside the chamber, and what was really fascinating is that some of these had inscriptions on the other side, and based on the same artwork, they determined that 3 of these massive slabs were at one time one large decorated slab that would have been very huge, and they broke it up, turned it around, and put new artwork on the other side of it here and put it in here. So what was here before? How old does this place actually go back? Well, that's a bit of a mystery for sure. Here's another look inside with the tour group. I guess this place was noted in the Middle Ages as an ancient megalithic spot, and then it kind of collapsed and sand covered it up. It was just kind of a sand mound out there, and then a depression, kind of little crater was made in the top of it, and people were gained entry, and this place was first looked at in about 1835. I just found this to be a really interesting story. The artwork, very, very ancient cairn, what came before. They were apparently reusing stonework from something that previously existed here. I just found this to be kind of a hazy mystery, going way back in time. That is my video on a very cool ancient site here. There appears to be stuff right under the water. It's also a little confusing. It looks almost too good, too perfect. Different areas up here. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, but a pretty interesting location. Appears to be connected to the people who built the Carnac stones, probably. Hope you thought that was informative. And you all have a very peaceful and safe day.